morning, good afternoon, and good evening to my peeps wherever you are in the world. This is Old Man Yummy Yam signing on. What up? What up? Yam Nation, what up? What's going on, Yam Nation? What is going on? Hope you guys are having a great Thursday. Got one more day until it's Friday. I know y'all can't wait. It's been a it's been a long week, I can say that, but I'm glad it's here. But yo, I want to go ahead and start off with doing some news. This is some stuff that I just found out about. Some Jay Z news, some Jennifer Lopez news. We're gonna do some reactions, and I gotta go ahead and say I have a problem with the game. The most anticipated game that I was waiting for to see on the state of play is the Ghosts of Yode. So, so let's go ahead and get right into it, y'all. So let's get started with this one. So let's go ahead and check out. This is supposed to be about Jay Z and Beyonce getting a divorce or something. So let's go ahead and check this out. Here we go.
Heat after Diddy's arrest, because word on the street is Jay-Z just met up with a criminal attorney and a divorce lawyer all on the same day. This news just sent the internet into a frenzy, because just after Diddy's arrest, there was word going around that the feds were eyeing Jay-Z as the next person to investigate because of his strong affiliations with Diddy and some of the dirty deals that they made together in the past. But no one expected for things to catch up to Jay this early. Everybody thought that the feds would be looking into him after Diddy was tried and sentenced, but considering the fact that he just met up with a criminal defense lawyer, it means the end might be nearing closer than we think. And Beyonce is not waiting around to get dragged along with him. She's reportedly already getting divorce papers together and is ready to disappear once stuff hits the fan. Child, without wasting any more time, let's just get right into it, because the tea is piping hot. Now, as y'all already know, Jay and Diddy were pretty much besties in the industry, and they did everything together. At some point, Diddy even was referring to Jay as his brother. However, right after Diddy was incriminated in Cassie's lawsuit, Jay started distancing himself so that he wouldn't catch up to him too. But it's too late for all that now, cause this whole mess is at his front door, and Beyonce is not sticking around to help him through it. In fact, the rumors about Beyonce leaving him have been going around for a few months now, but everybody thought it was a lie. The rumor was
One thing I can say, I ain't never liked Jay Z. He had two songs that I liked. That was from the Hard Knock Life. The Blueprint. It was two songs. That's it. Not a Jay Z fan. I never liked Jay Z. I always thought he was a snake. Ever since the way he did Dame Dash like that, I thought he was a snake. I understand that you want to go ahead and break away from Def Jam or whatever, but at least you could have been a man and told him that, not just to break out, just stay. And then another thing when he did with Lil Wayne, when it comes to the Super Bowl halftime show, that's in New Orleans. I understand. I like Kendrick Lamar, I do. But when it comes to like just when you seen 50 and you seen Dre, Snoop, all of them performing in L.A., I'm thinking that since Jay-Z is the orchestrator of the Super Bowl halftime show, he will have Lil Wayne do it. But you know what? It's because, I know what it is. Just because that Lil Wayne is associated with Drake, and Jay-Z don't like Drake. But that's how you show that Jay-Z is a person that holds grudges. So let's go ahead and finish this. Here we go.
Started by the YouTube tea blogger Storm Monroe. According to Storm, he's got several insiders in the industry, and his source, who's actually in Beyonce's camp, spilled some tea exclusive to him, claiming that Beyonce has been gearing up to leave Jay since last November when Cassie filed that lawsuit. According to this source, the reason why Beyonce has been pushing all these products and trying to push albums down folks' throats is because things are about to get really bad, and she's trying to make as much money as she possibly can before Jay is exposed by the feds.
And part of the reason why they're already living separate lives, and we may actually see one of the biggest divorces in Hollywood, is because Jay-Z is up next to be exposed. And it's only so much of these stories that Jay-Z can, he can pay off or he can block. He won't be able to stop this. And she knows it. and he knows it too.
Wow.
As far as who's gonna be the breakout victim slash story, I don't know. Yeah, I might have to ask Jason Lee. I don't know, but I'm just letting you know that once that comes out and Jay-Z is exposed for his nefarious past, you're gonna see Beyonce divorce him. Okay, and she may or may not do an interview, but you're gonna their publicist is gonna release something. She's gonna say, oh, the Carters have been separated for some time, they built this beautiful life, blah 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 blah. Now before all this happens, we may get another tour, we may get another album out of both of them. I don't know, because at the end of the day, they about their money first. They're gonna do what's best for business first. As far as Beyonce is concerned, do she love him? I mean, he's really all that she knows.
Man, I think Jay-Z had some dealings with Diddy. You know what I'm saying? That was some underhand, under the table handshakes with Diddy. You know what I mean? And I think that this is something that probably never thought that it was going to be exposed, because whomever the elitists are that's above Diddy and Jay-Z, you know, they have access to people from Homeland Security, the FBI, all of that. So don't think that these elitists, these people that are above Jay-Z, you know, don't have these people in their pocket, to whereas that if anything goes down, somebody has to go ahead and take the rap for it. So like you see right here, Diddy, and now they going ahead and coming after Jay-Z. They coming after a lot of other people too. So don't think it's over. It's not over. So stay tuned for that. Let's finish this. Here we go.
And when you think about it, it makes a lot of sense, because just in the last year and a half alone, she went on a world tour, released her own movie, released a hair care line, released another album, and released a tequila brand, and is reportedly gearing up for another tour. I don't know about y'all, but during the peak of Beyonce's career, she was not pushing out this many projects in such a short amount of time. People believe the reason why she's pushing all this out is because something big is about to happen that will make people side-eye her too. As if this wasn't shady enough, the topic of Beyonce divorcing Jay came up again when Jason Lee had the audacity to blackmail Beyonce on camera. He threatened to spill some major tea that he had about Beyonce unless she convinced Kelly Rowland to have an interview with him. At the time, a lot of people had no idea what he was talking about, but now people believe it had something to do with her and Jay.
This good internet would go crazy. I'm gonna tell them while Johnny puts a beep over this part of the show, so you'll never know what it is, but I want you to see their reactions, and I'm going to do it right now.
I wonder what they said.
Ooh, and that's where I go back to, like, we're friends in the game. We support each other. We help each other out. Can you imagine had I put that on Hollywood Law? Oh, there was one more thing. Beat this, Johnny.
Hope somebody figured it out.
Woo!
So that in itself, I think Beyonce could have gave me a, you know what I mean? Like, there should be a little love there. Now,
maybe she doesn't know.
Beyonce doesn't know.
Yeah, I don't think Beyonce, and they're not going to share that with her.
Yvette knows. I got the receipts. I still have the receipts. Yvette know I got the receipts. I got them. Now, if I get that message to Beyonce,
yes,
I
she
can
needs
get
to
it
know.
to I'm connected. I could get the message to Beyonce.
Whoa.
She needs to know.
And I think people like her publicist, who I love, and I'm just being critical. That's just what I do. You know that, Yvette. We're trying to book Kelly Rowland right now. Now, if I don't get Kelly Rowland because I say this about, then it's gonna be a problem. Then I'm putting out receipts. The receipts I just told you about, then I'll put those out.
Fast forward to a few days ago, after Diddy was arrested, it was revealed that Jay-Z was already shaking in his boots and allegedly met up with a defense attorney and a divorce lawyer. This tea was spilled by the popular Twitter page NT Lawyer when they tweeted,
Wait, hold on. I heard that he's already working with the feds. He was working with the feds. Like before he had scheduled the Super Bowl halftime show. I heard he was working with the feds then. They had approached him like a couple of days before he announced who was going to be at the Super Bowl halftime show in New Orleans. So they must got that. They got all those tapes and all of that stuff. So best believe they got something on him. So he working with the Fed. Now that she's saying that he working with the defense attorney. Ooh, Jay, man, that's what it all comes. When one domino falls, all of them fall. It's finna be crazy.
A two for today for Jay-Z. He met with a criminal defense attorney and a divorce attorney. The details of this meeting were not revealed, but it's safe to assume that it wasn't nothing good. He knows this mess is closing in on him, and that's why he out here meeting with these lawyers to prepare for what's coming. And when it comes to Beyonce, people actually believe that she was blindsided by Jay-Z and probably didn't know about his dirty dealings until Diddy was incriminated. These rumors started after Beyonce's ex-bodyguard revealed that Jay keeps Beyonce hooked on nose candy and other substances so he could manipulate and control her.
Man, yeah, Beyonce's on drugs. She been on them for a long time, and you keep her that way.
As if that wasn't bad enough, there have also been...
Are you struggling to break free from insecurities? Are you having trouble feeling like you're good enough? Do you find yourself intimidated?
Speculations of Jay grooming Beyonce and turning her into his cash cow by allegedly pimping her to industry executives. What makes this even worse is that Jay was pushing 30 when he began courting Beyonce, who was just 18 at the time. Mind you, Beyonce never really had much of a social life growing up. She was tied into her career right from when she was a teenager and only had one boyfriend in high school. People believe this is why Beyonce stayed after Jay-Z cheated on her. He's the only man she's known since she was 18. Her entire career is centered around him, and she's built a whole family with him. She doesn't even know what it's like to be a woman on her own without him in the picture.
Like how?
All right, I had to stop it again. Now you already see how she was raised. She was raised with the mother and the father. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, they probably taught her to be wholesome, you know, to be a wholesome, you know, down home girl, you know, whatever. But when Jay came along, you know, he was able to, that's like kind of like the GROM type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm saying. I ain't said it with the other O, but that's what it seemed like. Is that that's not like that's like some P shit. You know what I'm saying? To manipulate a person, you know, a young person, you know what I'm saying, to do whatever they want them to do. You know, so that's what it seems like right here. That is insane, man. You think that these people ain't been doing this for a long time? They just getting exposed. We got social media now.
I feel like she never got to experience life with the different types of people. And the fact that he was so old, low-key, I feel like the only way she expresses herself is through her music. And I don't know them, obviously. But I'm just saying, just like by seeing the age gap and what happens between that age gap, she never got to live outside of him.
The rumors about him allegedly pimping her out got out a few days ago when DaBaby spilled the tea about the time that he and Beyonce had met with Jay at a private industry meeting at Diddy's house. According to DaBaby, Diddy had kicked everybody out the house so he, DaBaby, Beyonce, and Jay could have their privacy to do their own thing.
Beyonce, I was at a party at Diddy crib in LA. This was the beginning of 2020. You know what I mean? Diddy had put everybody else out the crib, like the influx of people he had put them out. But he had took a liking to me in particular around the time, and it was really, you know what I mean, like putting his arm around me.
Right.
So he had put majority of the people out, but he allowed me to stay in there. Me and, you know, maybe about 15 others. You know, Jay-Z and Beyonce being, you know, two of the other 15 people in the room. So that'll just put into perspective of the type of company I was in at the moment, you know. And she came over and introduced herself to me like as if she had to. Beyonce, cut it out. But I'm a big fan of your work, you know what I'm saying? Whoop the whoop, and that was just dope. That was dope as hell to me, man. that was dope.
As if that wasn't bad enough,
I'm
it
doing
turns
good,
out
brother,
Beyonce
yourself?
was not the only underage girl Jay was messing with. There have already been
Everybody
reports about him
did
dating
something.
Foxy Brown when she was just 15,
Yup,
and he was
sure
already
did.
a grown man. He allegedly promised her a successful career in Hollywood and ditched her the moment he was done and paid her a bunch of money.
Yep, he used Foxy Brown. My sister loved her some Foxy Brown, boy. Foxy had them. She had that. Man, it was just something about Foxy, man. Especially when it came to her rap flows. Her rap flows was on, boy, back then. But I think Nas probably wrote some stuff for her, though. But the way she delivered it, it was dope. Man, Foxy, yeah. We always heard that Foxy and Jay-Z was dating or whatever. And what I heard is that Jay gave her the herpes. That's what I heard. He gave her the herpes. So, Beyonce might got it. Or he taking that pill or whatever. Man, it was a lot of people. Y'all finna see some more stuff too. So let's finish this. Here we go.
Money to shut up about it. This was later confirmed by Jay's longtime friend and ex-business partner Dame Dash during an interview with Nick Cannon.
At what age was Foxy Brown signed?
I wasn't paying attention to Foxy Brown.
But that's
I didn't sign Foxy Brown.
I know
Stop
you did.
putting
I'm
me in
just
that.
asking a
You keep
question.
asking because I'm on the block. I'm responsible for everybody.
You the boss.
Yo, don't beat around the bush. Say what you want.
I'm
to say.
just
What do you mean by that question?
I was just asking.
What are you insinuating?
I'm not
when you're asking
insinuating.
about
I just
Foxy
asked the
Brown?
question.
I
thought Foxy was like 16. That's
She
all I'm
was
saying.
15.
It sounds like you.
All I'm saying
it sounds
is
like
in
you
this
got
industry,
some-
when we live in
it
these
seems
glass
like you got.
houses.
It seems like you got a question for Jay. Ask him. Y'all keep asking me questions. Y'all want to ask him because he ain't here. Ask him. I ain't got with that, and I don't even know nothing about that.
Y'all realize how similar this
Come
is to what
on,
Diddy did
man.
to Cassie?
Yeah,
He started
he knew.
dating her when she was just 19 years old and promised her a career in Hollywood, only for him to put her through hell. And let's not forget how Jay was still actively associating himself with R. Kelly around the time that Kelly was exposed for all that terrible stuff. He even made a joint album with him called The Best of Both Worlds and performed with him multiple times, knowing full well what Kelly was doing to them girls. Child, the signs were there from the start. But people kept overlooking it because they thought Jay was a saint. Whole time, he was going Beyonce's back.
I had to stop it again. This has happened in Chicago. They was performing Best of Both Worlds in Chicago. And dudes was, I think dudes was coming up to R. Kelly. They had some guns. So what I heard was that this was going on in the street. That Jay done hired some dudes. I think it was some dudes. It was a gang. I can't go ahead and say what the gang is, but hired a gang to go ahead and try to go ahead and shoot R. Kelly on the stage. But R. Kelly he took off running. But that's how, because they were supposed to do another album after Best of Both Worlds, but since that incident happened, that's when they cut ties. I don't know what else happened in between that, in between that situation, because they wasn't on the same level. Something happened. It had to been money. It had to been some dough. You know what I'm saying? It had to been a contract or whatever that got botched. That's what I think. And Jay found out about it and went after Kelly for it. But yeah, that's what happened. Dudes was flashing. Dudes was about to go ahead and shoot R. Kelly on stage. Just like the Boondocks. That's what was supposed to happen. That was supposed to happen. That's why I think every time I see that part about, what's his name, Thugalicious, when he got shot on stage, that's the thing that comes into my mind is the R. Kelly and Jay-Z thing. And I think that's what he was trying to put out there like that. But let's finish this. Here we go. Well, we already knows that some of that, half of that is supposed to be Diddy too. But let's finish this. Here we go.
To mess with people like Diddy, and now he's trying to get away with it. As usual, people had their own thoughts about this. Like this person who said, I think Jay-Z and Beyonce are next. I don't think Beyonce's a victim. I think she's his partner in crime. Beyonce is an adult who's well aware of the activity her husband is involved in. Another person said, Beyonce should divorce Jay-Z before the feds finally get to her shady man. Imagine drowning with the man who cheated on you. But now I want to know your thoughts. What do y'all think about Jay-Z meeting a defense lawyer already? And do y'all think Beyonce is really gonna leave him?
Yeah.
Y'all been knew what to do. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below.
Man, Beyonce gone. She is not finna let all that hard work that she done put out there go to waste. All selling all them albums, got the Beehive and all of that shit. She is not finna let that shit go to waste, dog. That's crazy. I didn't know that she was doing all of this stuff like that. But I just found out like 2 weeks ago, she brought out a country album, and they snubbed her. I found out they snubbed her at the Country Music Awards. So, cause she was supposed to go for one of the best albums or something like that, and they snubbed her. So, I wonder if that snub has to do with, Lil Wayne or whatever. Because I'm telling you, these people that are above Jay-Z and Diddy and, all these folks, out here that's doing big things in the music industry, man, best believe these dudes are shaking hands. They are shaking hands. And Diddy and Jay-Z and them down here. So anything that happens, like I said, they got access to Homeland Security, FBI, got government officials, anything. If something goes down to where that they need to go ahead, somebody need to go ahead and take the rap, they talk to Homeland Security, FBI, whatever, tip them off, and they go right after them.